Hello, good evening. It is Nemi Batstone here with another Twisty Thursday. I am so sorry this is a recording and I can't be with you tonight, but I have other prior engagements and internet is finally working for me. Woohoo! Okay, so I thought I'd sport my blue bomber shirt, which sweater I should say, because it's pretty chilly in here. And you've also seen me many times wearing it anyway, but this weekend is Grey Cup, so I figured today we would add a little bit of sunshine and fun. I thought about doing some blue and gold cards, but I was having a lot of fun playing with some new product, which is coming to you this January 4th and is also coming up in one of my events this coming January, which is our creative celebration escape. So let me see if I can bring that up for you here. So I don't know if you can see this, so I'm hoping you can, but let's hide this. Don't need to see that or that. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is, found it. So this coming January is our Celebrate Creative Escape. So as you know, a year ago or every year we've started doing a Celebration Creative Escape because celebration now comes to us twice a year. So I'm hoping that you are interested in participating with us. We've got some really cool techniques to share with you, and as well as some new celebration products that I know you're going to love. So guaranteed to have some amazing projects from all of us, of course. The usual, Ashley, Dawn, Marie, and myself will be hosting, and you have until January 3rd to register. The cost is still the same. We're keeping it at $105, I believe it was. And you will get an event kit with everything you need to create our projects and more. So I'm so looking forward to having that. And I hope you can actually join us that weekend. Okay, so let's get started because I do want to share with you some new products. And one of the new products, which is also in celebration and is also going to be in our retreat, is the Rainbow of Happiness. I'm kind of done with Christmas. Everything's good to go. I don't know about you, but I am done all my shopping, so I hope you are too. And so I think it's time to move on and try something different. Okay, so let me just switch my views here so you can actually see my table and we'll get started. Okay, so as usual, when I'm here, I know I can't interact with you or have you give me tips or colors or ideas, but I do hope you still do in the comment section. So please remember to use the comment section as an opportunity to actually give some ideas and sharing, because those who actually do visit will read the comments in there. Once this is transferred to YouTube, of course, those comments won't be there. However, they will be available on the actual Facebook page. So my table looks a little crooked, or is it just me? Yeah, it looks a little crooked. Okay, so as always, don't forget to like and share this video. And if you would like to place an order this month, don't forget it's last chance product. And so if you use my host code, then I will see you in my ordering system. And if you place a minimum of order of $35 or more, I am going to give you a gift. So please don't forget to participate. And that gift will be a set of cards. And if you place an actual order of $60 or more, then I will add in some holiday rhinestones. I think they're available again, so let's hope they are. If not, I will switch it with the different rhinestones. Okay, so again, I want to share with you the Rainbow of Happiness. This is one of our new products that are coming out in the new year. And when we saw this, I was like, woohoo! Well, at least I was woohoo. And I really love it because it has some fun, bright products. So you can buy this bundle in the new year. So put it on your wish list. And if you actually do, you will also have an opportunity to purchase this amazing celebration Stampin' Up! DSP set, which is $60 purchase, sorry. And I'll just show you the B side. And if you buy the set, you will get a bunch of this. Now, we're also using the same paper and stamp set in our upcoming retreat. So you'll get a sample pack of that. And if you'd like more, then obviously you can get more. So we're going to play with this. As you can see, I've already played. So let me show you some of the designs I've actually come up with, which you will not see in our upcoming retreat. But I just wanted to give you some examples. So I was playing with this card here, and I tried to add, I wanted some hearts floating, didn't work out. So I did a simpler version of it like so. Then I decided I wanted to step it up a bit and add more jewels, and as well as some die cutting. And then I thought, well, what would happen if I colored it? So then I actually did some coloring there and thought, I could step that up as well. And then I had all these leftovers. Oops, sorry. I had all these leftovers and decided to make it a shaker card. Because I cut all of these out, what I did was, instead of using foam adhesive, I stacked all my papers. Not too sure if you can see that very well, or kind of. And I thought it was a really cool effect, because then you get to see all the different colors along the side and kind of on the inside. And then I filled it with some rhinestones, which is on our clearance rack right now, and then added some clouds. Very simple, but I can show you that if we have some left over. And then I also did some coloring, which I wanted to share with you today, which uses our border dies and some of the paper and the actual stamp set. So I'll show you a couple of these cards and show you what this can do. And I hope you consider buying it when it releases in January, and you'll get more creative project techniques and ideas during our upcoming retreat in January. Okay, so here it is. So it's kind of cool because I do have other rainbow sets from other companies. And what I really liked about this one was that it came with dies that were already joined. So made my life easier, because I could do 4 rainbows at once and I wouldn't have to worry about cutting each strip one at a time. So I was really happy about that. And then there's a few more sayings, and of course, "You make me happy," which is a common one. And then I love all the different background dies. And then of course, each one of the rainbows, which was really nice, is all separate. So some of the sets I have from other companies are all joined up. So you kind of had to color them individually. So we can even add in, I think this is, I guess about the same size as that. So you can add in a different flare inside there, or just use the one. That would be really good with like some sunshine rays or something. Anyway, so let's get crafty. Okay, so I really loved this card, but I felt like it was kind of missing something. And so I thought I would show you how I make this one as well, and then maybe do a quick rainbow card. Okay, but I wanted to show you how all these work. Okay, so what I did here I'm trying to decide which one to do first. Let's do a simple card first, which is the stamping, because that makes life easier. Now I have a choice. I can either stamp my card. Let's see, I'll pull this down a bit more so you can actually see. Or what's really cool in the paper pack, let's see if I can find it. Oh, these clouds, you can also punch out with an upcoming new punch, or you could just fussy cut them. Let me see, I know it's in here somewhere. There it is. So it also comes with the DSP, comes with the paper. So you can either color, or if you get the sample pack, you can just fussy cut this rainbow, which is very similar to this one, just different colors, and easily make this card all over, which is super duper simple. But I thought I would just make one myself, and I felt like it was kind of missing something. So maybe a little bit of coloring in the back, like some sunshine, and I thought I would add that in there. So let's try and do that. I may or may not cut this. I may just stamp. So I don't know. I like coloring, and I really love my bright colors. So maybe we'll do that, which does require the stamp apparatus. I find it easier using the Stamparatus. So let's do that. I love, love, love my bright colors. So I got my Stamparatus here. And a little tip and trick when you're using your Stamparatus, it's always good to keep your stamp set underneath, so then your plate is flush, and then you're able to actually do your stamping. And I can use 2 plates, by the way. So then I can make a multitude of these all at once and not have to worry about repositioning every single time. So I will go grab my other plate. And this way we're always using 2, which then I can put my other plate here, and I can make a multitude without having to figure out where to put things. Okay, so your Stamparatus, of course, does require a foam mat because these are polymer stamps. But what I like to do too is sometimes just throw my grid paper in here and just line it up like so. And your magnets will work just fine. So now I just need to find where my center point is. And I have a bunch because I was cutting a bunch of papers out already. And I had those handy. Now where did I put them? They were right here. Oh, here they are. I moved them on myself. Okay, so I got some white. And I usually like to use the symbol as my positioning. So this is where I'm going to always put my card. So I'm just gonna grab a pencil and mark that. So then that way, when I make a multitude of cards, I know which grid section I actually used on my paper. So now I'm gonna put my magnets down, put that there. And I'm trying to decide, you know what? I think I'm gonna fussy cut this out after. So I could probably fit 2 rainbows on there. Let me see. Oh yeah, I can fit 2. Excellent. So I could use my grid lines as a guide. So I'm going to put 2 rainbows on here because I'm going to fussy cut this one. So I'm going to start up high first. Nope, down low, sorry. Down low because then I can slide all the way down and know where to go. So I'm going to start down here and I'm going to line my pieces up like this. And polymer stamps are quite flexible. So remember, the best thing to do with polymer stamps is to just lay it flat, let it rest a second, and then pick it up. Because molding it is another issue. If you start playing with it too much, it will lose its shape. But if you want to shape it, you can, right? Okay, so we're going to start with red on the outside. Now, this only uses 4 colors, so you could use any colors of the rainbow. You could use magentas, you can use pinks, you can use purples, whatever you like. And again, I love using my Stamparatus because see, if I have errors, then I can just keep going in and adding it until I get my color. Okay, so that's one. Now I'm gonna leave that there because I want to make multitudes of these. So all I'm going to do is flip my plate over, slide this down so I don't have that in the way. And I'm gonna grab my next color, which is So Saffron, Roy G. Biv. Oops, that's not So Saffron. Red, orange, yellow, right? Following the colors of the rainbow here. And I'm gonna get my next largest rainbow piece and add that here. And again, just let that lay flat and try and line up my bottoms as much as possible without getting my head in the camera. So I will sort of kind of get equal spacing amongst these, but I don't really care if I don't, because I think that's the part I like the most, is the whimsiness of it and the calmness, how it kind of, you know, looks off kilter a little. Okay, so I'm gonna add my yellow, Lalo in there. That stamp is in my way, but that's okay. Woohoo! Looks so pretty already. Okay, so those are my 2. I'm gonna switch plates so you can see how fun this is. So now I have my positioning and now I can make a multitude of these all at once without having to reposition them. And all I have to do is change my ink colors. Okay, so I love using Granny Apple Green. So that's going to be my next color, Granny Apple Green. And we're gonna grab our next one, which is this third largest there. Throw that in there, oops. Out. Line that up. And all I'm gonna do is flip this over again so I can do my second one. I probably could have just did 2 cards right now. I don't know what's most efficient, whether it is to just do one at a time or do all my coloring of one once and switch out my paper every single time. Not too sure. So would be great in your comments if you share what you think you think is best, most efficient, most effective, how you batch, because I would love to hear it. And I'm sure everybody else could use a few tips. That looks a little crooked, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm gonna flip my plate again and get my 4th one in there, which is my last one. And I love Pacific Point. I was debating on using Bermuda Bay as my other blue because that is the color that's in here. But I thought, oh, Bermuda Bay kind of looks better with magenta. So I did switch and used more of a stronger, darker blue, but yet bold. So I hope you like my color choices, but I would love to know what other ink color choices you would love to use for a rainbow, because then I will try those as well myself. And anybody else watching or catching the replay of this can also do the same, because you know, that's what we like. There you go. There's my rainbow. So cute. Okay, so we're gonna pull that out. Okay. And these plates are good to go for another set. Yeah. I'm gonna make more. Okay, so we got that. Close this up so we don't get ink everywhere. So like I said, I actually wanted to cut this out. So we're gonna fussy cut this guy. And just gonna grab this, trim them out first. So then I still have my other sheet for my, so I can do another rainbow on this guy. And I'll put that aside. Oh, I think I got blue ink on my hands. Should wash them. Okay. Oh, move that. So we're just gonna fussy cut our rainbow. I know, right? What was I thinking? On my other card, obviously I just did it right on there, but I wanted to, I just felt, I love clean and simple. Don't get me wrong. And Kathy Ziels, she's one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube, who does lots of clean and simple cards. And she doesn't like coloring either. So, you know, I can relate. And I do have my moments though when I do like to color, but for the most part, not really. So if I can get away with not coloring, then, or fussy cutting, because you know, those of you that know me know how much I love to fussy cut, and yet here I am. She does a lot of clean and simple, and she's like me, and so I can relate to her. Okay, there we go. Cute little rainbow. I could have probably pushed more green on there, but I kind of like how it, you know, kitty-ish. It kind of looks kitty-ish. Is that a word? I don't know. Hang on a second. I need a sip of drink. Okay, so there's my rainbow. Now we need another card base. So let me grab another one. Oh, what I could do is emboss this. Okay, let me color this first. Okay, do I have, yeah, I have some clouds die cut already. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna put that there. Yep. That's kind of where I want mine. I'm gonna center it, and I'm debating if I should emboss it, but let's color it first. So we're gonna add a little bit of color so I don't get my mat all dirty. I'm gonna put this here, And I'm pulling out some So Saffron, something a little lighter yellow. Let me get my yellow brush, put that there, and I'm going to add some yellow to the center. And the reason I'm doing that is because I just feel like when I made this beautiful card, don't get me wrong, it's really pretty and I really like it. And it's clean and simple and easy, but I felt like it was just missing something in the background. So I'm just gonna add a bit of yellow, like sunshine kind of thing, and see where I'm at. See, it just kind of, I don't know, I guess you can't see that. It just kind of gives the background a little bit more texture, I guess is the word, little more life to actually bring in some color. Now, I don't worry too much if I blotch because I'm gonna cover it with my rainbow anyway, but this is a pretty big rainbow. So I'm making sure that I get enough coloring all around to actually get a nice, what do you call it? Shadow or base around my rainbow. Now I'm debating if I should emboss this because why not? That'll add another texture. So this is, you know, a basic, quick and simple. And then this one would be a little bit more advanced if you've got the tools and you've got, you know, the techniques, because I'm not really going into that right now. So we're just doing some blending here. I think that's enough to give me a little bit of subtle on the outside. Oh yeah, that's so good. So good. I like that way better than that. I mean, I can still go side, I can still go portrait, but I think I do like it more landscape just because of the coloring. And I did punch out a bunch of clouds from earlier. They're just leftovers. So let me see what I got. So this came with some dye. Oh, I'm missing some. So I'm gonna have to punch out some more. So move that aside, that and that. And this comes with some little clouds. I don't know if I want those little clouds or if I want the bigger ones. So the, what is it? Ooh, look at that. So different. Anyway, this comes with tiny ones. And I was like, I don't know if I want those small ones. Now you could also do a border, but I think a border would kind of look funny. And these are stitched, which kind of is cool. And we could color those a bit. So in the whimsy and no, that's not what it's called. Here we go. In the Give It a Whirl, there are some beautiful clouds in there. So that's what I used. So, and I think I'm going to use those again. Now, because it comes with 3, I'm just gonna punch all 3. Here's a little tip. See, as you can see, I have lots of shapes already cut. So whenever I'm die cutting, I don't like to just die cut one thing. I like to die cut multiple, because then that way I'm using my time more effectively. Then I have a bunch ready and waiting for me, and I just shove them in my envelopes. So then I don't lose them later, and I don't have to worry about cutting up 1 or 2 later, and I can use what I got. So let me see what I got here. And I'll just pull out my mini because it'll save me some space and allow you to see what's going on here. So put that there. So stick that here. I'm trying to watch my time too, to make sure that my recording isn't going over what I would normally spend when I'm actually with you live. So I have room. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these minis and throw them on there. So I have extras because I was short one. See, there we go. Slide that in there. Slide that on top. And we'll just push that through the mini emboss machine. if I can, because my table is kind of slippery, because my mat is slippery. I'm surprised that went through. So, because it's moving so much. Okay. And I'll just get this out of the way again. That's there. And we now have clouds. You know that trick? If it gets stuck in there, you just drop your die on the table and it'll pop right out. Okay, so I'm going to stick these back on so I don't lose them. Those in my metal tin so I don't lose them. And there we go. Now we have more clouds. Okay, so let's bring back this in. And I mean, we're almost done, really. So we've got that. And I do kind of like these clouds better. So I think I will use those. And then right underneath, we're going to stamp it with the words, "You make me so happy," I think. Because that's what comes here in this set. I think I've used it a million times and rainbows just seem to scream that. So I'm going to line that up right about there because I think that's where I'm going to go. And just do that in black. So, oh, I don't think my block's long enough. Now I do have a mat underneath. So, well, let's not take chances. Who are we kidding? So I'm going to grab my piercing mat just in case, because it is a polymer stamp and I don't want it to not stamp evenly. So I'm just going to grab black, just standard black. I could probably heat emboss this too. That would probably look better. And without getting my head in the way, boy, I sure hope this doesn't give you a lot of shadows because I'm seeing a lot of shadows on there. And just hopefully I did that straight or else we're coloring again. Yay! Pretty good. Woohoo! Okay, so we're gonna put that there. Maybe a little too high, but that's okay. We'll just lose a little bit more rainbow. And voila, we have our card front. I forgot to measure to see if this was 4 1/4, by the way. So versus 4. Let's get this assembled. So I think, yep, I think I'm gonna Pop-Tart 2 times, which, you know, by the way, should still fit in the mailbox. So if you're going to mail this card like I am going to you, then you should be okay. We'll find out when I do my draw next week and I mail you these cards. Okay, there we go. And yeah, see, it needs just, I think it needs to be Pop-Tarted or not, maybe not. If I Pop-Tart, then it looks like it's too far behind. I'm talking to myself. Well, literally, I'm talking to myself. This feels really weird because usually I'm talking to you and asking you questions, and now you're not here to answer my questions. Such is life. Okay, so I'm doubling up. I'm doubling up my minis. I should go over here more, right? So I'm putting 1 mini because that 1 mini is the same height of the existing. And then I'm gonna put a second mini so that I know I'm right there. Then I'm gonna add a 1 there. So now my heights are all even. Take those off, flip a Ruiz, and add, oh, slide that over a bit. So I hide my Pop-Tart and add that there. Now I'm gonna do the same over here with my other rainbow. See, I kind of went too close, I think. Okay. I went too close with the "you make me happy," I believe. But that's okay. I'll give you the other card in the mail and I'll save this for someone else. So, or do you want it? Comment below. If you still want this one from the draw, for part of the draw, then yes, it is yours. Okay. Sticky, sticky. Nope. Okay, and I'm gonna add my next rainbow. And there you have it. You make me happy. And I think that yellow just gives it a little bit of a kick on the back there, as you can see. And now we just need a card base. And the card base can be any color we really want it to be. So I've got some blue here. So let's see. Yeah, why not? Instead of white, or maybe I should go white. Yeah, I'm gonna be like white on white on white. It just seems right. But I do like the blue too. So anything's possible. I'm just off to the side here. Why are you all stuck? Cutting up a card base because I thought I cut some already, but I probably didn't. As always, can't seem to find anything on my table. And I cleaned up. Sheesh, because I knew I was recording, but yet I can't seem to find it. Okay. So get this out of the way. Some extra clouds now. Woohoo! Ready to go. Fold that in half. And this now just goes in front. So I could trim that down to give it more white, but I think I'm okay with that. And now we'll just add some glue and we're done. Okay. Yay. So put that back and stick that on. I always like to put mine upside down, make sure I'm flush along the top. And if I have any excess on the bottom, I can always cut that down. And there you go. Now you can add some jewels to that if you want, but I feel like it's simple enough to just leave as is. And on the picture here, it looks that You Make Me Happy is a little too close, but in person, it's actually showing like it's right underneath the rainbow. So it didn't turn out too bad. So those are two different variations for you, which you will be able to have this coming January. And we will be sharing some other cool techniques with you during our retreat. So these ones are just simple ones to help inspire you as you move on. Okay, so the other one I wanted to share with you uses our border dies. So these are our different border dies. And I love using these because they're even great for scrapbook pages because you can run double and get a whole page along the whole bottom of a 12 by 12. They're great for cards, but did you also know that you can use it for some fun blending as well? So, and I'm just showing you a simple technique, nothing fancy here. So what I did was, let me grab my scrap here. Let me clean up a bit so we all have some room. This is so cute. Move that out of the way. Okay. So what I did was I just took some white and ran it through my emboss machine to get my trim and then started making a pattern, a cloud pattern. So you can do multiple cloud patterns or you can do single cloud patterns, really up to you. But I'm just going to do a single because we're going to show you some other fun stuff that you can do with it during our retreat. So I'm just going to keep it easy for you because this is a Facebook Live and I only really have an hour. So here's the card I actually made. So you can see it right there. And I believe I used Pool Party to help make me some clouds and just with some basic drying technique. So you can, to make sure it doesn't move, as I like to just use some tape in case I move it around. And you'll also notice that my paper isn't cut straight. And I like that because I like to be able to hold it, move it, and just twist it as I need. If it was straight in a row, then I don't really have that something to hold onto. So I always cut mine funny, my borders funny, whenever I like to use them as stencils or anything, whatever. So I think I'll go right about there. So I'm just gonna put that there. So now it shouldn't move. And if I move it, then it's all good. So I'm going to get my blending brush again. And this time I'm using Pool Party. Crooked again. So sorry. What is up with that? Just trying to make sure you're paying attention. Now your head's probably all cockeyed. Okay, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put that there. So I've got my blue ink, and I'm going to just hold that into position. Pick some up, tap off that excess again, right? And just literally blend out. So lots of fun. Now you're not going to see lots right away. It's Pool Party, so it's going to take me a bit to get that color going. But once I do, woohoo. There we go. Just apply a little bit of pressure there. Now, I don't want it super bright, super dark, too thick, too light, because I'm just putting in that little nice light pattern. So I can't see very well. My light, I think, is too bright. Well, that's too dull for you now, isn't it? So for me, it's too bright. Okay. So I'm just going to get this edge here because I see it's not. And I'm just going up and down, just lining up. And I will just show you, see, you can now see that it's actually there. Okay, I'm just going to do a fun, crazy pattern over here. And I'm going to pick that up. And there's my cloud. Ta-da! So now I can just keep this and use this over and over again. Be careful though, because if you use a lighter color, some of that blue ink off that dye will, off of your template, will blend onto your next card. So if you are doing different colors or you're doing a lighter one, I would just stencil, cut out another stencil so that you're good to go. Okay. So then I just picked one of the pattern papers. And if you don't have pattern paper, well, you can just take all your leftover strips and put it on here, because that would work fantastic as well. And I'm just going to cut that on here. And I think I did about 1.5 inches. So that's what I'm going to use again here. So I'm just going to move my brushes where they're not going to make a mess. Put my take your pick tool back where it belongs. Bring in my paper trimmer. And I'm just going to cut 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches for me is right on the edge, on the outside edge here. So I don't have to try and squeeze it in over here. I just know that my paper trimmer goes 1.5 inches over, but yours might be slightly different. So don't worry about it. Now this is 6x6 paper. Standard cardstock is 5.5 for an actual card. So we're going to figure out where we want to cut that. So I'm going to cut off my blue because I already have my blue here and some strips there. And I really want to take advantage of that red. But I also don't want my green to get cut off. So I'm going to go equal parts on either edge, as much as I can anyway. And that'll create that. Now we also need to stamp it with something. So we already used You Make Me Happy. So I thought I would put a little something to brighten your day. Just gonna clean that off and put that back in. A little something to brighten your day. Now that might be too small, but yeah, a little too small. I think we need a bigger phrase, something bigger. Because what I did here was I cut it up instead, but I don't want to do that. So why don't I do a thank you? So let's see. Oh yeah. So I use Sunny Sentiments. This is from our annual catalog. And it's got a big, let's see if this guy fits. Thank you. Thank you very much. Or I could do a happy hello. Oh, he might be too big. Thought you could use some sunny thoughts today. OMG, that's the one. Duh. Okay, that's so it. Oh, look, and it fits so nicely. All right. Okay, So let's use that one. Thought you could use some sunny thoughts today. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So let's get that one in there. And that looks like a big guy. Let's see if I can fit my D block on it. Nope, I'm gonna get a little bigger. Let's just grab, I don't know, I'm pretty funny that way because I'm too scared. I'm gonna make a boo-boo. Go like that. Okay, and I think I'm gonna do that. No, not misty. What color did I use on mine? Let's see. What did I do with my sample? Okay. Where is my sample? Do you all see it? I know none of you can respond because you're not really here right now. But I can't. Oh, there it is. Oh, I did use black. Okay, I just used black. But I'm wondering if I should use, that's Misty Moonlight. But I'm gonna, yeah, let's do that. Let's use Misty Moonlight instead of black. Okay, and hopefully, I'm just checking to make sure I'm straight on my block. Pretty good. Now, this is a rubber stamp, so we don't need a mat underneath. And I'm just gonna stamp that as straight as I can onto my paper near the bottom. Yes, victory. Okay, as my kids would say. And that will just slide right there, and we'll just cut off any excess we have. So I'm not too worried about it. Oh, it's so pretty with the clouds. I don't know. I think it's pretty. Maybe I should have went up a little bit more because it's covering that nice cloud pattern. Oh, well. Okay. So this guy's going to go here. So I'm just going to grab, oopsies. And I'm just going to use my grid paper as a guide because this is 1.5 inches. And I think I went a little smaller. So I'm going to line that up there. Okay. 1.25 inches. Right about there. So right about there to the end. Ookly dookly. Okay. So right about where again? Was that 5 1/4? 5 1/2. Okay. So then I'm just going to go up to about there so I don't lose where I need to go. Let me make sure. Okay. Now I'm just going to add this on. I think I'll just use all of my pink. And I'm going to flip it upside down. Just line it up there. Right to the corner. As much as I can. And just eyeball that there. Oh, touching that word sunny. Too close. Oh, I'm too late. Okay, there we go. Now, just gonna take, oh, look at that. It's got pretty hearts on the back. Ooh la la. Okay, I'm gonna have to get more of that. Okay, like that. And then I used just some random colors of gems to put on there and added the hearts. But since I wrote it in that color, I think we shall use a different color. So let me grab some gems. Now, the fun thing is I didn't have all the colors I needed, so I actually colored some of the actual rhinestones. Did you know you could do that? Because you could actually take our plain basic jewels and color them so you can get the colors you want. But we're gonna mix it up and I'll use some of the colors from In Color because we have some pinks in there and some blues, which and purples, but I mean, Misty Moonlight looks kind of purpley there, but it really isn't. But I'm gonna grab the soft succulent. I believe I'm gonna grab this guy here first. And well, maybe I'll put him down here. Put a yellow closer to the top up there. And then, do I want to green? Let's grab some holiday rhinestones. I think that would look good. Just give me a second. Here we go. I'm mixing it up because we have some still saffron in there and some pumpkin pie. I can take the lighter ones like this guy and blend it in. And then maybe I'll take this light blue one and put that one down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's even. What happens when we're even doesn't look as nice, right? So what we're going to do is add more stamping. I thought that was the fun part. Because I was like, I don't really want to cover it with rhinestones. And then I was like, I didn't really want to punch it either. So let me grab some polished paint. And in this stamp set, there is some background stamps. So I'm going to use the little hearts. Oh, I'm making quite a mess here. And some polished pink and get my unevenness with this. Okay, so let me just make sure I didn't over ink it. Nope, not too bad. Okay, so I'm gonna add some pink hearts up here, like so. And then maybe one more down there and one in the middle. Do I want it over here? Or no, I'm gonna go down the spine again and twist it a bit. There we go. Now I'm uneven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Oh, I kind of put that in a line. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. No one will be the wiser. Now, I lost my rectangular stitch dies. I don't know where I put them. They're somewhere here, or I dropped them somewhere. Can't seem to find them. Very disappointing. Especially since I just used them last week. So I know I put them somewhere and they're here somewhere. Anyway, I thought it would be really cool to die cut this up. But because I can't find my stitched rectangle, that's just not gonna happen. So let's put that on some papier. And again, I have some, where'd my white card base go? Because I cut 2, remember? There. Kind of bent that one. So let me get another one. I don't know why I'm out. Step away so it's not in my way. Okay. Put this at 5.5 to get my card base. And then 4 1/4. Get my center fold. And I could have went up and down too, but that's okay. And then this will just go right on top like so. I could cut a border, but I like my strip there, so I'm gonna leave it as is. And just put glue all over there. And then just lay my card on top. How am I doing for time? Oh, I'm early. Wowzers. Okay. Stick that on, lay it flat, and there you go. So just 2 different versions, same card, same color. I just love that. So, I mean, when I run out, I'm probably just going to grab all my strips of different colors and literally just put my own striped paper there. Because I can, why not? And then again, here's the 2 variations on that one. And yes, I didn't get around to showing you this, but if you would like to see how I created these 3 cards, then just comment below in the actual comments. And when I catch them later, I will know, and then I will come to you this weekend and show you how I created these lovely shaker cards. And again, this is just the stacked paper because I needed to cut out all of these. And because I have all those, look how many more rainbows I can make. So these were all the leftover pieces because I used there. You can see how these all kind of fit. So you could do one whole color. Where's my other small ones? Oh, look, there's more over here. Right over top and do one colored rainbow, or you could blend it. Now, this is where I get all cuckoo because I'm like, this is not in the same order as a normal rainbow. So that would probably drive me crazy, only because I know it's not, but Roy G. Biv. So those are different things you can do. But because I had to cut all of these out, I ended up with all these different masks. So I could have done a whole bunch of, different cards with this all cut out and put different colored patterns and paper underneath each one. But instead I stacked it all and then created it into a fun shaker card using the sequins that are in the clearance rack. I think they're only like $3.50 or $4 or something like that. Super duper affordable and fun to have. And then I just picked out all the blues and greens and threw those in there. Okay, so that's it for me. Once again, I will just zoom out here so you can see me and get that out of the way. So I hope you are enjoyed that, and it's Grey Cup this weekend. So hope you get to catch that on TV. And if you are interested in participating in joining us for our weekend retreat at the end of January, then watch for my email. And if you are not on my email list, then send me a message at nemibcc@gmail.com. It was on the host code tag. It's actually right here, so you can catch it there as well. And I will make sure you're on the mailing list so you can get the registration form. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Have a great week and keep on stamping. Have a good one. Bye.